Almost 4 years ago, PCI DSS version 3.2 was introduced and only received a minor revision to version 3.21 since. Add to that, some companies have been assessed by their assessors for years on end, and both the assessed and the assessors could become complacent, feeling that they know what to expect year on year from their compliance assessment. Hackers never rest on their laurels though, and neither should the assessed or the assessors. To rest on one's laurels comes from ancient times, but basically today it means to be satisfied with one's past success and to consider any further effort unnecessary. But in cybersecurity, that basically means allowing gaps to develop over time. Imagine never patching a server because at one time it was secure and you felt that was enough. But we all know that vulnerabilities can be found and exploited, and at times that requires patching. If you don't patch, you may as well leave the gate down across the moat and open. Hence, complacency isn't an option. A common thing we see when assessing is a compliancy curve, where a project achieves compliance just prior to the date that compliance is actually required to be achieved by, and there's this mad rush to achieve all that is required in a very short time for compliance. Then, if they manage to achieve compliance, there's this downward slide on the curve to complacency, where the goal to remain compliant drops as they recover from the mad rush of meeting their last compliance date. They rest on their laurels. The problem is there are several tasks required throughout the year to maintain PCI DSS compliance, so complacency may see you fail your next compliance date very quickly. For example, quarterly clean vulnerability scans are required and passing scans are required, and one missing is going to be something that's somewhat of a problem for your next compliance date. There needs to be constant effort in maintaining compliance and not just a curved approach. In no way should your company rest on their laurels after achieving compliance. Taking our ancient analogy further, the ancient Roman soldiers' success as part of an effective fighting force depended somewhat on their armour, which included a large shield. If any one part of that armour was missing, damaged, or misaligned, it would open a gap that could allow missiles to strike or to wound the soldier. So do you think a Roman soldier was ever complacent about maintaining his armour? And do you think if there was an upgrade available to his armour that he would dismiss it? In the cybersecurity world today, complacency leads to gaps and gaps lead to breaches. It's not only incumbent upon us to keep on our toes during an assessment, no matter how many times we may assess the same company, it's also the duty of each company to not only keep on the front foot, but to stay that way throughout the year to ensure that not only is compliance maintained, but gaps don't develop to allow for a breach. Like I said in the beginning, hackers never rest on their laurels, and neither should we. Once again, if you have any questions you want answered, please feel free to post a comment or get in touch with us, and we'll try and make it a subject of a later episode. Thanks for watching.